You've heard a lot about Beny Primm. Heard about his revolutionary spirit that catapulted him to the pantheon of founding practitioners, medication-assisted treatment, dealing with HIV. He joins an elect group of pioneers in addiction and HIV. I'm sure that his daughters and grandchildren wish they had more time with him. We all owe them a debt of gratitude for sharing their father with the nation and the world. I'd like to paraphrase actor Morgan Freeman's quote about Dr. Martin Luther King by noting that Dr. Beny Primm is not a black hero, he is an American hero.
All right.
And while he's been the recipient of many honors, I believe we cannot honor him enough. So it is with great pleasure that we present this award from NDRI to him.
What we have here for Beny is a Crystal Tiffany Big Apple. We'll take it out of the box in a second, Dr. Primm.
Thank you.
There's a card. The card says to Dr. Beny J. Primm, the Board of Directors of NDRI USA is proud to honor you for a lifetime of service in your fight against addiction. Your efforts have raised public awareness of the vital importance of delivering evidence-based treatments. And on the paperweight itself, it says to Dr. Beny J. Primm, for a lifetime of service, NDRI USA, January 15, 2014.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Would you like to open it so you can take it with you? Let's see if I can get this without it dropping on the floor.
Yes, we don't want to see the apple drop. This is not New Year's.
No.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Magnificent. Thank you so much. Thank you. No man is an island. No man is an island. And to think that I am an island would be just ridiculous. And it takes a village to raise a child. And likewise, it takes a village to raise a leader. Representatives from that village are in this room. All who have come here today to pay honor and tribute to me. It is through their cooperative efforts that I have been nurtured. Representatives from every level of that vast community have contributed greatly to every aspect of my growth. My gratitude is bountiful for every one of you here, and for those who could not make it, who conveyed their feelings, both vocally, verbally, and through the social media. I am overwhelmed by your response to honor me. For me, your honoring made me reflect on how I got here. I got here because some of you have spent more than one half of your lives supporting what we thought together was a successful way to treat people suffering from addiction, one-stop shopping. This honoring of me is really an honoring of your work and dedication to our comprehensive mode of treating opiate-dependent patients. Many of my former staff are here. Larry Brown, Tom Rafalski, Kathy Yee, Robert Sage, Deborah Wright, Maxine Dotson, Charles Bailey, Reginald Llewellyn, Dan Cook, Melissa Chu, Robert Yearwood, Davita Davis, Jim Mitchell, Christopher Bush. Christopher, who are you?
Right here.
Christopher was one of my patients who was here. Dr. Jerry Nessel, Renee Sumter, Jerry Warfield, Sam Duval, Fazila Bacchus, and Anthony McLeod. My mentors came from every walk of life. Some are deceased. Nicholas Katzenbach, and Herb Sturz, Horace Moranci, they're not dead, but they are founders of ARTC. Then there's people from the therapeutic community world who taught me so much when I began my treatment and my directorship of ARTC. There's Father Monsignor O'Brien, Richard Pruss. Richard Pruss is here. Wave your hand, Richard, why? Richard Pruss. Dr. Mitch Rosenthal. Charles Laporte and Julio Martinez and Dr. Judy Ann Denson Gabriel are all deceased, but they're all people who were in conference reference with me when I began my program. Charlie Wangle and Basil Patterson and Percy Sutton and Reverend Calvin Butts and Mayor David Jenkins were all people who I consulted with. Dr. David Satcher, Dr. Louis Sullivan, Vernon Jordan, Doug Michaels. Doug is here, who is Chief Executive Officer of Orishore. Do you want to stand a minute? And he's here because of course, Jerome Jaffe and Faith I talked about. Dr. Mary Jean Creek and Bob, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your kind words. You didn't talk about the Center for, or the College on Problems of Drug Dependence or the College on Problems. I guess there was so much that we didn't cover. Thank you so much. All right. Dr. Herbert Kleber, he left. Dr. Robert Newman was here earlier, and he left. Dr. Carl Hart, where's Carl? He had to leave also. Dr. Melissa Freeman, she's not here, but she played a significant role in my life, okay? Dr. Harold Trigg, who's deceased, played a significant role in my life. Dr. James Robinson, who is retired and down in, on the coast, played a significant role. These were some of the first minority people who worked in the field of addiction. Dr. Bob Schuster, who is deceased, was really, really influential in my life. Dr. Wesley Clark, he's here. Herman Joseph. Herman is here. Herman, would you stand? Mergine. Herman documented that I had problems with the dosage of methadone maintenance, and I did early on, and he documented that, and he said something to me earlier today. He says, I couldn't believe that you got up and admitted publicly that you had the wrong information and that you changed your whole focus. Herb related to the fact that I did not particularly like methadone. I thought methadone to abstinence was the way to go. But now I know that methadone to abstinence is methadone to heroin. John Ball did a wonderful paper about that some years ago. So methadone can be however long it's needed to be. No one deserves more praise for supporting my career than my children. There are those who carry my DNA and those who consider me to be fatherly and adopted me as their father. There is Annelle and Martine and Janine, all who carry my DNA, and all who tolerated my long absences and have been my anchor to reality. Then there's Kenny Jones and Larry Brown and Roosevelt Duvalier. There's Calvin Anderson, and all have shown me often how wonderful it is to have a son. Would they just stand for me, those ones who have adopted me as their father? Doug Michaels has just adopted me. Thank you so much.